Okay, so this is another battle between Ben and I from a couple of days ago. I'm playing the Beastmen and Ben is Chaos, so let's go ahead and slow it down real quick. Um, I brought a whole bunch of Ungor Herd, just the cheap chaff, uh, infantry. I brought two of these Gore Herd with shields, which are like a mid tier with shields and axes. I brought a War Gore on foot. He's got this really cool constant AoE buff that gives plus leadership and plus melee defense, which actually is really good for Beastmen because they low leadership and low, armor and defense and everything. So I brought the Jabber Slice, which is basically I just figured one way or another the Chaos is going to bring a lot of infantry, whether it's strong infantry or a lot of like weak infantry, then that's going to do real well. Three Ungor Raiders because you should always have Ungor Raiders. They're freaking dirt cheap and they always pay for themselves. I have on the flanks, watch they won't pay for themselves now. I've said that. Chaos Warhounds with poison and Centigores. I have it on the other side as well. The same thing. And then I got two Manticores and Malagor the Dark Omen. Um, with I brought for him I brought Flock of Doom, Enfeebling Foe, and Doom and Darkness. And of course he's got like a lot of power recharge, so I was just thinking just keep spamming spells. And then for Ben, he went with a lot of troops, a lot of infantry, but low quality. So he's got a line of Chaos Marauders. He's got two or three great Marauder great weapons. I think it's just the two. Uh, a Forsaken unit, two Chaos Spawn. He's got two of these Exalted Heroes on Manticores, which are legit good. He's got Aspiring Champions, which I did see. These are mostly like they're not the greatest infantry, but they have like either Guardian or Encourage. They imbue they're immune to psychology. I thought they encourage, so they give leadership to things around them, which honestly probably should have had them on top of the Marauders rather than Archeon. He brought Archeon the Ever Chosen, which has see Burning Head and Cascading Fire Cloak, which is good. He's got two Hell Cannons, which he's been firing at my Jabber Slice, which as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, he's going to change targets at some point. But he doesn't. And actually ends up being, I don't know, we'll see, but it ends up being like pretty good damage against him. I was kind of surprised. So we're going to start moving forward. I have the mobility, obviously. In the sky, I don't know. It's kind of tricky. I have 3 units to his 2, but my Manticores can rampage where his can't. So it's kind of like a mixed bag. Um, Not sure why he cast that. It was a little early. I think he was thinking about coming in and then noped out of there. Hell Cannons are still doing some good damage to the Jabber Slice. Another good thing about the Raiders is they stalk, so, they're unlike other missile units. They're not going to be seen up until they get a lot closer. Oh, here comes a really good Burning Head. Oh, it hurts so much. So that's an Ungor and a Gore herd. And they basically, the one survived a little bit, but it was rough. Jabber Slice comes in here, terrifies these, and as soon as the way the Jabber Slice works is, it has this ability that causes damage. So it's basically a Mortis engine. It causes damage to anyone in that circle as long as their leadership's below 50%. So terrifying them takes their leadership down, and then they start taking damage. Now he's fighting the aspiring champions who have amazing leadership, so that's probably not where it wants to be. I think I end up. Oh, and then here we get this sky battle between the manticores, but I have the upper hand because not only did I cast Enfeebling Foe on one manticore board, but I also have 3 to his 2. So he takes a lot of damage. One of my manticores does, but that's 800 versus, I don't know, 11, 1200 there, so that's worthwhile. I end up still chasing this Exalted Hero off the map once it routes. My infantry is kind of failing pretty badly, and he's dropping in on my Ungor Raiders. Which, again, if he wants this 1200 gold unit, if he wants to go take out some, like, 400 gold unit, that's fine. It means he's not using against anything else. Another good Burning Head just wipes out these 2 units. A little bit of friendly fire, but I think it's worth it. I get one of his Doom Hell Cannons down, and I think I soon switch over to there. I'm still fighting these Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn are not like the greatest unit, but the nice thing is they have a lot of HP, and they just, they're unbreakable, so they'll just hold. And that's keeping me from getting into the rest of his stuff and surrounding him. Jabberslife is getting messed up. And this Wargore, I should put him on a chariot. He's too slow to keep up with everything. So, but yeah, Malagor, I think I dove him into here just to get away from Ben's Exalted Heroes, because he would have gotten messed up by himself. But now he's fighting Archeon, which is just as bad. Nice Flock of Doom, taking out like a lot of HP off of a lot of these infantry. Basically, I just keep getting archers back, and I keep shooting into his Exalted Hero. Jabberslife is, back, but it's, damaged. Let's see, Malgor gets away. This Manticore is off the edge of the map. I don't know if I remember him or not. I think he comes back eventually. Centicores and all my mobility starts to come back, so I start to try to figure out where to put them. This is a good fight right here. I've got my Wargore and my Manticore beating up on these aspiring champions. But I need to get Archeon down. He's always a tough nut to crack. So I'm basically just surrounding him, trying to get my Wargore on him. And here come the Poison Hounds, basically just surrounding, like, as much as possible. But the problem is that I don't have the leadership to keep that up. Oh, and here's a, Doom and Darkness to drop the leadership. I got infantry that's back here that I haven't noticed yet. With the Beastmen, it's all about timing. Your stuff is going to route and it's going to run. You've got to be on top of it to get it back into the fight. Wargore's doing okay, fighting this Chaos Spawn. Let's see, what else we got around? I've got Warhounds in the back that I'm forgetting about. These Raiders, I keep, like, bringing these Raiders back, and then he keeps dropping in on them to route them. Okay, now I'm starting to get all my infantry coming back in, but it might be too late. Let's see, yeah, the Exalted Hero, he's pretty damaged. He's probably not the problem, but Archeon the Ever-Chosen is no joke. And he's got a lot of health right now, and my Raiders, unfortunately, have, like, no armor piercing, so they're not going to do terribly well with him, against him. Malagor's on the ground again, basically just trying to avoid the Exalted Heroes in the sky. I'm using, basically, like, just continuing to spam his magic, which is good. But yeah, it's basically just becoming a blob fight at this point. Standard die. Cascading Fire Cloak, which is going to give him crazy stats. These Forsaken have a lot of models, despite how low their HP is. They're going to be a problem. And more, yeah, all of his infantry's coming back. And I don't even think I realized that this infantry in the back here is come back. I did not micro this well. Oh, finally those Warhounds that were back in the corner there come in for a rear charge. Damn Exalted Hero. Yo, leave them alone. At this point, I think the writing's on the wall. My Wargore breaks, my Manticore is going to enrage, and then eventually will break, and that's army losses. Wah, wah. Okay, so Algor did okay. I only quite paid for himself. Wargore, yeah, should put him on a chariot. He would have been able to get to all the fights a little better. Infantry did okay. Well, some of them did. Yeah, these two were a wasted unit. I could have just brought more like low tier spears or something and just surrounded him more. Raiders, oh, did not pay for itself. Did not pay for itself. Did not pay for itself. Not a single one of them. Going to eat my words. Centaurs, one did okay. The other one, eh. And the Warhounds, wow, the Warhounds averaged out to pay for themselves. That's pretty good. Manticores almost paid for themselves, and that the Jabberslide did not do enough. Like, even though it had 67 kills, like, they were just marauders. Let's see. Yeah, Archeon did pretty well. I don't know if that's enough to pay for himself. Of course, he was on foot, so maybe. Exalted Hero, one just got routed off right away, and the other one, I think, definitely paid for itself, actually. Marauders did okay. Actually, the Great Weapons did okay, which is funny because, you know, they're armor piercing, the Beastmen have no armor. Aspiring Champions, they're more of a support unit anyway. Forsaken did real well, and yeah, the Chaos Spawn did real well. Again, they were fighting low tier infantry, and they just held them up for a long time, so they did real well. And I don't know, neither of the Hell Cannons paid for themselves, I don't think, but they still did pretty well.